Week 10 of the Belgian Pro League with two toppers leading the fair. Ronnie Dyler bringing Club Brugge to Karl Hufken's Standard Liége. It used to be the other way round. And Gent and Genk face off in a belter. Cercle Brugge try and reverse recent poor results against Leuven. The bottom two meet Westerlo and Kortrijk. Anderlecht try and extend their unbeaten run against Mechelen, with champions Antwerp hosting Eupen and leaders Union Saint-Gilloise going to Sint-Truiden. Plenty of drama this week, beginning in the bottom four. Charleroi hosting RWDM. A meeting of Union Saint-Gilloise's two most recent victims. Charleroi in 14th at home to RWDM with 2 points from their last three games. The Zebras' progress after beating Kortrijk interrupted at Duden Park by Union. Charleroi in their usual stripes had bothered Union a lot last week, falling behind early but equalising through Parfait Gagnon before losing 3-1. Adam Zorgan's effort here causing RWDM keeper Thierry de Ferny unusual difficulty. RWDM in their changed colours of white have only lost once in the last 5 games before this against Union. Useful draws against Standard, Antwerp and Gent. Jeff Reiner Adelaide with their first proper chance of the game after 25 minutes, getting into position well but not finishing. Kasapa has got to grips well with the Pro League since literally arriving on the eve of the season. He's been blessed in having De Forney as his keeper. Isaac and Benzer's chip finding Ryota Morioka's head, but De Forney saving solidly. Morioka's come back after a month out with injury. No breakthrough yet for Felicia Massu, the first time in 4 games that Charleroi hadn't scored in the first half. The big injury news of the game involving referee Laurens Visser, which would have major implications later in the game. So top-flight debut for 29-year-old Theophile Discove as replacement. 81 minutes on the clock, and the first example this week of a team playing themselves into trouble. Stelios Andrea's back pass for Hervé Coffey catching his keeper outside the penalty area. Marc Darguet robbing and scoring. Coffey not quite with the amount of time he thought he had. RWDM's top scorer Gay, now with 5 this season. RWDM suddenly looking good to go 5th in the table right at the start of the weekend. But here's where the injury to referee Visser really comes into play. Into stoppage time and lots of it. Zorgan's deep cross finding the header substitute Nicolas Stulic. De Forney's save going straight to Ode Daba, scrambling home the equaliser in the 93rd minute. His 3rd goal of the season, the previous 2 coming in 1-1 draws, and now 1-1 here. A superb cross from Zorgan, De Forney doing so well, but still beaten. Barely 90 seconds after that equaliser, a big incident erupting out of largely nothing. One throw leading to another, then a bit of a skirmish between Pathé and Boop and Betley Dragsness. The wading in of a few other players and substitutes not helping matters. Worth watching the peacekeeping role of Marc Darguet here, dragging Mboop away. A massive tangle between Dragsness and Mboop. So, a booking each for Dragsness and, hang on, Marc Darguet. Not Mboop being cautioned at all, and this only 2 minutes after Gay's previous yellow card, so another booking for him, leading to a swift red card and a bit of annoyance for Gay. A caution put down later by coach Kasapa as a clear case of mistaken identity. It definitely looks that way. Gay massively upset. It may well be the case that Gay ends up being cleared of suspension for the red card, but could get into trouble for this reaction. It was quite elongated, and the referees department have said the red card was the wrong decision. Seconds away from the 100-minute klaxon, and Benza playing a dangerous one into the area. Dan Heymans heading firmly and off the post. Heymans in a great position at the far stick. Charleroi denied a late winner this time. So a corner, and straight from it, Andreo heading on for Dragsness to produce one of the best winning goals you'll see all season. A life-giving, match-winning bicycle kick in the 101st minute. Felicia Massu gaining a 2nd win in 3 games. That winning feeling is well back. His 2nd goal since coming from Lillestrøm for Dragsness. Absolutely invaluable. Massu time strikes again. Charleroi 2 or WDM 1. That win for Charleroi putting out Heavily Leuven down a place, but a chance to climb out of the relegation zone away to Cercle Brugge. Still 8th despite losing the last 3. Mark Bryce's Leuven 14th. Cercle coach Mira Muslic has been happy with the performances lately, but not the results. Kevin Denke pouncing for the perfect start to this one. 2.5 minutes in and Cercle in front. Denke kept goalless for the past 2 games, but not here. Ravitch's cross from the right, turned in by the Togo international. So Leuven kicking off, immediately winning a corner taken by Ondego Torsteinsson, and new Israeli signing Raj Shlomo turning in exactly 90 seconds after falling behind. Leuven level again. Shlomo scoring 3 minutes 55 seconds into his OHL debut, having come from Maccabi Netanya, who he'd never scored in 77 games. The one thing in particular Muslic has been unhappy about is Cercle losing possession in their own half. Hugo CK caught out by Hamza Mendel, Torsteinsson sending Nachon and Singy away. A close call for Cercle. And Mark Price has been warning against complacency. 9 minutes before half-time, CK's free kick getting nod-ons from Popovic and Utkus. Finally falling for Denki to grab his and Cercle's second. His first double of the season coming against Westerlo a month ago. OHL not able to clear. Denki taking full advantage. Cercle 2-1 up in 36 minutes. But Leuven continuing to force lots of pressure themselves. Another corner giving Mendel the opening to cross. Waterson's parry coming off Utkus. Ezekiel Benzuzi having just come on for the injured Torsteinsson, tapping in. Another swift equaliser. Quick thinking from Yusuf Maziz. Mendel's cross supplying Benzuzi his first goal since signing from Breda. Defensively, that could have been a lot better. 2-2 at half-time. Cercle trying to recapture the magic of winning 4 out of 5 before their recent losing run. Alan Minder storming in, but pulling across goal. Much more like it for their boss. Leuven would have escaped the bottom 4 had they beaten Standard Liège last week. Wins over Kortrijk and Mechelen lately have been useful. Joel Xingtian pulling across for Aziz. A decent first-time effort. 4 minutes to go, and with the game threatening to peter out as a draw, Kevin Denki taking the initiative again. The first ball in not working out, the second definitely doing so. A hat-trick for Denki, giving Cercle the late 3-2 lead. 51 weeks since his previous trouble, and a 5-1 win over Eupen. But he's not getting carried away. Just enough of a gap for Denki to do the damage. His 3-goal haul making it 8 for the season. He's now the Pro League's top scorer. Cercle winning a 5-goal thriller to go 5th for the moment. Cercle Bruges 3, Leuven 2. The bottom 2 facing off at Kuipje. Westerlo still bottom and winless despite 2 draws in a row against Standard Liège and Genk, from 3-0 down to 3-3 last week. Janus de Ruck guided the Gempenen to 7th in the regular season last time out. Glenn de Buck on the bench for the first time. The Carols had Joseph Akpala on caretaker coaching duty last week, inspiring their first win of the season, 2-1 over Cercle Bruges. Could the new coach bump continue for them here? Munaim El Idrissi released by Sissako, Sinan Bolat saving well. El Idrissi on the hunt for his first goal since coming from Ajaccio. Despite the poor start, it's been good for Westerlo to have USA international Brian Reynolds back on board again, and here's a good reason why. Getting in ahead of Kortrijk captain Kadri, feeding Lucas Stassen down the right before popping up again in the centre, placing Aiden Daci for the opening goal. 1-0 Westerlo against the run of play maybe. Daci opening his account, his first goal in 15 months. Reynolds continuing his break forward after releasing Stassen on the wing. Could well have had a shot himself. Daci happy he didn't. The hosts ahead at half-time. They have some good pastries at Westerlo. 90 seconds after the restart, Kortrijk full of determination after the interval words. Mampasi and Avenatti involved first before Massimo Bruno's release for El Idrissi to take it on, rounding Bolat to score the equaliser. Or so he would think. But a quick flag to rule it out. Agony for de Burg, but Idrissi stepping offside before the pass. Good finish all the same. Emin Behram among a plethora of new names at Westerlo, and perhaps they're all beginning to gel. Behram sending Bruno away down the right this time. Yusuke Mitsuo storming down the middle looking for it, going for the volley straight away, blocked by Mampasi. The follow-up coming off Marco Cana. Westerlo appealing for a penalty. They won a few times in the half, but not getting any. His arms down by his side. Only a win would get Westerlo off the bottom. No victories so far this season for them, and none in 11 full stop. Kortrijk's counter-attack broken up by Ravel Teger. Haspelat sending Stassen clear down the right, and the cross from there pinpoint for Daci. The finish, not though. Westerlo still not over the line. Daci not quite wrapping up the much sought-after win. 83 minutes on the clock, and Kortrijk continuing to push for an equaliser. English signing Sei Ojo trying to find a way through. Stassen unable to clear this time. Kadri nipping in to take full advantage, curling home a much desired equaliser. 1-1 with 7 minutes remaining, and Kortrijk now thinking about the win. Ojo heavily caught in traffic. Kadri taking up the story for a tremendous finish. So a bit of a shock with VAR Brent Starsens and referee Nathan Verbomen ruling it out for offside. Worth keeping an eye on Kadri after taking the corner. Kadri in an offside position at the time of Ojo's shot, yes, but Tajir's block and Stassens' touch interpreted by the officials as not being in control of the ball. So to them, Kadri still offside. Glenn de Buck said afterwards, "I played football for 15 years. The referee didn't. The grey area in football is getting bigger." Keeping out of the red area is what Jonas de Ruyck wants, and with this 1-0 victory, their first win of the season, their first since the 20th of May. Westerlo off the bottom, dropping Kortrijk into last place. De Carroll's very unhappy about that, and the late disallowed goal. Westerlo 1, Kortrijk 0. The atmosphere has improved in this corner of Brussels over the past couple of months, following that infamous low finish last season and their outclassing by Union Saint-Gilloise on the opening day. There hasn't been a defeat since. A win tonight and they would be the new leaders, all set at Park Astrid, Lotto Park, for Anderlecht against Mechelen. Quick layoff, Hazard was really well found, and Starkens strikes Anderlecht in front. Lovely finish. Predatory stuff. Watched by the greatest Anderlecht striker of them all. Again, Dahlberg to look for it, but he'll go for the target himself, and he almost found it. Fluke. Bring it on well. Oh, so close. Searched forward by Gustafsson. Chance to get the cross in, and Dahlberg! 3 goals in consecutive starts. Missed the outing against Eupen with injury. Well, that's 3 starts in a row now in which he scored for Anderlecht's top scorer. And that might just snuff out the Mechelen comeback. Storm is in for Mechelen here, and he scored. Mechelen are back in it, 18 minutes to go. Anderlecht caught out. It's a good break. Now Amuzu, and Amuzu going long. Oh my word, what a goal! Francis Amuzu from way out wins the points for Anderlecht to put them top. Cook cut off his line. And a special performance on a special night for Anderlecht. Amuzu away, and suddenly it opened up. Cook tracking back, couldn't reach it. Amuzu took his chances and scored a wonderful goal. The brilliant start continues under Brian Riemer. Anderlecht go top of the table. They have beaten Mechelen by 3 goals to 1 on the night where they celebrated their best player ever. One of the biggest games in Belgium, always one of the hottest. Extra spice today with both coaches changing sides in the summer. Both trying to do what so few have managed yet in Belgium this season, get a good winning run together. From the Sclesat, it's Standard Liège against Club Brugge. Wyatt Kiabe with the excellent delivery, and Standard in front. Bacardi's in there, and that's a goal for Standard. strikes first. And Club just could not deal with that free kick. Here he comes. Has Bacardi put standard ahead? He has! And it's 1-0. It's a brilliant ball over the top. Mignolet's having to track back. Great chance for Kanga. Big chance. Zinkernagel, what a stop by Boda. Brilliant save. Tremendous free kick by Zinkernagel to lift it over the wall. Wide for Skov Olsen. Good amount of room here as well. For Leuven to come to the near post. Clever little ball shifted by Onyedika. The keeper off the post. The angle seemed impossible, but he still got the effort away. The keeper. Back for Zinkernagel. He's got a good lot to aim for in the middle. The keeper's on the overlap as well. Zinkernagel will go his own way and almost produced it from a very narrow angle. Here's Skov Olsen on the right, taking on Ngoy. Great try, Skov Olsen. Ah, no, Boda pushing it away again, and the corner prevented by Fossey. De Kuiper setting things rolling for Antonio Nusa again. That's another teaser, and Boda has had to stroll back. Excellent by Nusa. Look at him go, and he went for it. Brilliant tight angle save by Boda. Here's Nusa. Nielsen, chance. Skov Olsen. It's his kind of territory, and it's in. 6 minutes to go, and Club Brugge tie it up through Andreas Skov Olsen. Fine finish, but now Dialer once more. Alzate trying to find a way through. Well denied by Onyedika. Might fall for Kanga though for standard. Mechelen is back, and Goy let it go. Oh, what a strike by Isaac Price! And Standard Liège lead in the 90th minute. The price is right. They've won it at the end. Standard Liège 2, Club Brugge 1. Champions Royal Antwerp off key right now. 3 0-0 draws in a row, and in the Champions League, losing 5-0 at Barcelona. Again, Shakhtar Donetsk, a 2-0 half-time lead, turning into a 3-2 defeat. A real somersault during World Championship Gymnastics Week in the city. Could they hit the right notes against Eupen? 9 minutes in, Antwerp getting the right players into position on the left. First the corner by Michel Orange Balakwisha. Then Arthur Vermeeren popping up. A speculative ball into the area, well met by Toby Alderweireld. Fresham's 95th minute penalty kick going wide against Shakhtar that would have earned a 3-3 draw. Gabriel Slanina with an effective save. Barely a minute later, Gary Magnier heavily involved for Eupen following his early rebuff cross. A smart ball from Magnier to send Isaac Nuhu in to give Eupen the lead after 10 minutes. A big shock to the system for Antwerp. A couple of boos too. Magnier nipping in to supply Nuhu his third goal of the season and strikes in back-to-back games, having scored against Anderlecht last week. Only the 5th league goal conceded by Antwerp in the league this season. Antwerp getting deja vu again. Balakwisha's free kick trying to combat that. Vincent Janssen's header saved by Slonina. Vermeeren turning home the rebound. Antwerp behind for only 3 minutes. For Vermeeren, only his second goal in senior football. The previous one was the 97-minute winner against Club Brugge in last season's title playoffs. Popping up in the right place here. Janssen's header playing a major role. The great old a bit more settled now, but Eupen continuing to get the jitters. Jason Davidson losing possession after being arguably the Pandas' best player so far this season. Balakwisha getting Ekkelenkamp away. Janssen's pullback coming off Victor Paulsen and the post. Eupen unlocked very quickly. Paulsen having misfortune and a stroke of good luck all in one. Eupen opened up with 3 wins in their first 5 games over Genk, Kortrijk and Leuven. But since then, form has deserted them. Milos Pantovic's centre for Finn Bogason glorious, but no finish following. The Icelandic striker knowing chances like that don't come around very often. Pantovic's killer cross, Finn Bogason stretching, not quite enough. A massive escape for Antwerp, so that reason enough to go up a gear. Vermeeren's crafty ball over the top finding Balakwisha, and despite the wayward first touch, still having it under control to score. Immediately flagged for offside, but VAR would give it. Having scored in the Champions League and Super Cup already this season, it's his first in the league, this a 4th in all competitions. Getting it back under control very well, a fine finish. Balakwisha back on the goals trail again. The great old exerting big influence in the game now. Eupen just waiting for half-time to come. A big opening for Janssen. No goals in 5 games. But this wouldn't break his deadlock. The goal drought continues. But not for Antwerp. 2-0 up at half-time. The Reds solving their goal issues in the league today, and the big performances just keep on coming from Arbnor Muya. The newly capped Albania international trying one from long range, pinging off the crossbar. A brilliant try. Close on 30 yards out. A wonder strike almost getting a great reward. Slonina probably wasn't going to save that. Just past the hour mark and only 2-1 up. Antwerp out to make waves again. The attention on Vermeeren continues to grow. His well-placed pass getting Ekkelenkamp away on the right-hand side. His cross turned in by Rune Peishauser, who unfortunately is getting used to this. On goals now in back-to-back games, and on both occasions trying to get in front for whipped-in crosses. Vermeeren's pass excellent. The break from Ekkelenkamp likewise, VAR would say as much. Antwerp 3-1 up, unfortunately for Peishauser. Eupen having lost 4 in a row, being caught out time and again defensively. Jentel van Genechten the victim this time. Play continuing after his losing of the ball. Ekkelenkamp sending Muya in, but this one placed wide. Better luck next time. And next time coming in stoppage time. The Kosovan League graduate bursting through from halfway, opening up Girano Kirk on the right. And if at first you don't succeed, well, you know the rest. Kirk's curler turned home by Muya for his 4th goal of the season already. 3 in the league. He had this one coming. 4 for Antwerp to break their goal drought in the league. Muya offside for the first attempt, but onside for the next phase. Fortunately for him, Eupen had 7 men in the area. The rise of Muya continues. So back to normal for Antwerp. They're up to 4th place. For Eupen, though, 5 defeats in a row, and they're now 1 spot above the relegation zone. Royal Antwerp 4, Eupen 1.
The schedule remains heavy for Belgium's European heroes. Wins for these 2 midweek in a bid to build another long run, and in the league, potentially another change coming at the top. Coming up from the Galamco Arena, it's Gent against Genk. Impressively long by Jordan Turunaroga. On by Samoas. Area is well populated. How's it not 1-0? Tisadali dug it out, and having scored twice in Europe on Thursday. Well reclaimed by Tisadali, good chip. It's Archie Brown, goes for it and hits the bar. Rebound fell well for Andrew Hulsiger, but Brown really let fly. Big deflection, could be perfect for Paintsel, kept out somehow by Nardi. Paintsel again though, he's come all the way through. Atiaga, no joy, claiming handball, won't be given. Oh, just all the way across. And Van der Vaart having to react sharpish. Paintsel claiming it well. Paintsel going all the way. Now it's in. Andy Zakiri. Three goals at the start of his Genk career. And that's a good one over the top. Hulsiger's on the way. They've equalised within seconds. Gift Orban. Game on now. Does it count? No. Offside. Against Gift Orban. Brought in well by Paintsel. Brilliant try, and I think that clipped the crossbar. Sent forward well by Archie Brown. Orban waiting in the middle, and Tissadali as well. And here's the pullback. Good pullback too. Orban centering it. Here's the chance. Great opening. Tissadali, and now it's in. Samoas equalises. Matthias Samoas for 1-1. In the final few minutes of stoppage time. Here's Orban. It certainly feels as if there's more going to happen in stoppage time. Here's Fofana, found by Orban. Still going. Fofana! Great save, Van der Vaart. Ground lost again by both. Gent a third, Genk a seventh. It's a sixth draw of the league season in 10 games for Racing Genk.
Tributes in Sint-Truiden to the late Lon Palunas, the Golden Shoe winner who passed away lately, having helped the Canaries to runners-up spot in 1966, their best ever finish. After an impressive display on and off the pitch at Anfield, falling 2-0 to Liverpool in the Europa League, a fourth straight league win would put Union Saint-Gilloise top again. A solid opening quarter hour for Sint-Truiden, but running into a little bit of trouble suddenly and taken away well by Puertas, brings it down the left-hand side. And he's got space to do a bit of damage here as well. Decent step-overs. Nielsen with a decent try and off the post. Rebound blocked, scrambled away by Godot. Canaries played very well in this so far. Ito getting it through. Hashioka's in. Great chance. Slipped it past Maurice, but past the post too. What a chance for the opener for Sint-Truiden. Couple of escapes for Union so far. Came through Rasmussen that time, and Nielsen trying to break into the area. And Castro Montes is in! Super goal! Union in front 9 minutes before half-time. And Alessio Castro Montes gets his first goal since signing from Gent. A lot of work down the right. Nielsen slipping in, but what a finish that was. Castro Montes popping in, and that was decisive. The delight of his first goal for Union. Jean-Thierry Lazare short and in for Puertas, who's gone down. Kevin Van Damme says no penalty. Union feel they have a strong case. They might have one. Challenged by Smets. Penalty given. It's Nielsen. 2-0. Well converted by Gustav Nielsen. And they still haven't missed from the spot this season. That's 7 out of 7 for them now. And it's Union and not the Canaries who are flying. 2-0 at half-time. Sint-Truiden have not helped themselves, and it's got worse there, given away by Van Helden. Jean-Thierry Lazare bringing it forward. Support from the left from Puertas. Plenty waiting in the middle. Van Houten's made his way up. And Nielsen's there too. And it's 3-0. And that should wrap it up just before the hour mark. 2 for Nielsen, 3 for Union. And they're on their way back to the top. 5 goals for Nielsen now this season. Taken away by Jean-Thierry Lazare. Puertas in support. And he did so much. Bought a few more seconds. Get further men in the middle. But they only needed Nielsen. Sint-Truiden trying to finish in the ascendancy, but they've lost it again. And they've got 4 coming forward here. Another good ball played in. Amoura's in! And Amoura gets his customary goal. 5 since he's come from Lugano. 4 in the league. And 4 on the night for Union Saint-Gilloise. They've done the job impressively well. And Amoura taking it deep, head down. And he wasn't going to be satisfied until he turned it in. Devastating for Sint-Truiden. But Union, 4 wins in a row. 4-0 here. They've the best winning run in the Pro League. And they go top. Sint-Truiden 0. Union Saint-Gilloise 4. 27 goals and winners all the way this week. Apart from that draw between Gent and Genk, the most significant victory of the weekend coming right at the end for Union Saint-Gilloise. Anderlecht and Antwerp, the other sides to win, who we might now call title contenders. Those wins for Cercle Brugge and Standard Liége over Leuven and Club Brugge, seeing them rise dramatically up the table too, and breathing space for Charleroi and Westerlo with their results. 4 wins in a row for Union Saint-Gilloise, meaning they stay top, holding off Anderlecht by a point. Gent slipped to 3rd, with Antwerp and Cercle emerging out of the pack to break into the top 6. Club slip to 5th. Sint-Truiden's heavy loss on Sunday night pushes Standard Liège up to 8th now in goal difference. They were one of 3 sides in the bottom 5 to win. Westerlo are now off the bottom, putting Kortrijk into last spot. After the international break, what a game to headline. The Classico between Standard Liège and Anderlecht. Leaders Union play first on Friday at home to Eupen. A lot of the other title contenders on the road. Club at Kortrijk, Antwerp at Charleroi, with RWDM Westerlo in between. Genk will host Mechelen with Gent at Cercle, and rounding off will be the clash of Leuven and Sint-Truiden. Until then, from Will Downing and the Pro League TV team in Brussels, enjoy your football.